So yeah, so I mean, they included a lot of that was like the free rare chick, and then also, you know, we got what they call packing peanuts, which is chicks that haven't been sold as a specific breed, or a lot of times people don't want roosters, they want the hens, so they'll have leftover roosters and stuff. So they they send these extra roosters and everything. Like I said, sometimes you can get hens though. It really depends. It's basically the chicks that they have left over. They put them in there for warmth because depending on how many chicks you have and depending on the season and stuff, it could be too cold for them. And if there's only a few in there, then they could freeze to death. So they'll throw extra chicks in there so that they'll all stay warm and make it to their destination alive. So that's how we ended up with 31 instead of 26 like we were supposed to. But I mean, hey, I wasn't complaining, you know. So now McMurray, they do have minimum orders. I'm actually looking at the website right now. Let me see if I can find what your minimum orders are. I know with the chickens, it's oh here we go. The chicks is a 25 minimum. Geese is 10. Ducks are 10. Turkeys are 15. Pheasants are 30. Partridges are 35. Guineas are 30. And peafowl, which is, you know, your peacocks and peahens, are 8. So when you order chicks from McMurray, you have to order 25. If you order geese, you have to order at least 10. And they do not mix your geese, ducks, and turkeys with your chicks. So if you wanted to order chicks and geese, they won't mix them together. You have to order 25 chicks, and those will come in one box, and you have to order 10 geese, and those will come in another box. So, but they do have some fairly reasonable prices, some fairly reasonable shipping, and they do have some very nice, healthy birds. So that's McMurray. As far as I know, they're one of the best known hatcheries in the U.S. Um, the next the next website that or a hatchery that I've ordered from, I'm actually getting my second order from them the week of the 10th, February 10th. My birds that I ordered, and I'll tell you what I ordered in a minute. The birds that I order are coming from this particular hatchery, but it is Ideal Poultry, and the website is just idealpoultry.com. Um, they have some really good selections on some of their different. I mean, they have some of the birds that they have. They don't have the same ones at McMurray. So I mean, Ideal doesn't have a very wide selection like McMurray does, but they do have some birds at Ideal that they don't carry at McMurray. One of the things, like I said, I wanted to order silkies. Well, I wanted partridge silkies and red silkies, but McMurray doesn't carry those, but Ideal does, along with the other colors that I wanted. So that's why I ended up ordering from Ideal. Uh, they also do not have minimum orders. They they don't have a minimum chick number or goose number or duck number, but they do have a minimum dollar value. You have to order at least $25 in poultry. That's not including the shipping. Um, but if you order $25 worth, there's no minimum order. I mean, one of the things is the one of the things I ordered was a brown Chinese goose pair, which that's another thing. They have pairs. Whereas McMurray, I think you're lucky if you can find a particular goose breed that you can even order just a male or a female. I think most of theirs are straight run, and straight run means that they just come to you as they're hatched. They don't sex them. They don't tell, well, this is a boy and this is a girl. They just send them to you, you know, luck of the draw, whether or not you got a male or a female. But Ideal has goose pairs, which is really good because geese, from what I've read, mate for life. And So it's really beneficial to have a pair come, which would be your male and your female. So that's good. Like I said, they don't have a minimum order, which is really beneficial. But they do have small order charges. So if you order, say like the Chinese goose pair, the brown Chinese goose pair that I ordered to come the week of the 10th, they that pair cost $26. So if I ordered just the brown Chinese goose pair, I would have paid the $26, and that would be it. I would just have my two geese, but I would have to pay a higher shipping charge because they charge small order charges, which I think is like $7 for a small order, and then they charge $1 for every breed or variety or something like that. They still have, if you ask me, pretty good prices, especially, compared to some other websites, especially one that I'm going to talk about that I hadn't ordered from, but that I have heard a lot of horrible stories about. And after reading on this other particular website, I would never order from them. But McMurray and Ideal are the ones that I like the most. Those are the ones that I plan on anytime I order. Those are the ones I'm going to order from, because they have reasonable prices, reasonable shipping, and their chicks come healthy, happy, doing fine, no problems out of them. And like I said, as far as I know, they are the best. Those two definitely are the best known hatcheries in the U.S. So those are both come very highly recommended by me. The next one that I'd like to talk about is Purely Poultry. They're okay. I've looked them up. They don't really have a whole lot of variety of different breeds and stuff. I mean, and they're expensive. Their price per chick is outrageous. And I checked on their shipping, and from what I can remember, their shipping was not all that great. So, and their website is really hard to navigate too, in my opinion. The like Ideal and McMurray, they give you pictures with clear cut varieties and stuff. Say you wanted brown egg laying birds. I mean, you just click on the brown egg layers and you pop up, and they give you, the pictures and all that kind of stuff, and it really does help you out a lot. Purely Poultry does not have any of that. It is so hard to find any breed that you're looking for on that website. I know I had a hard time with it. So you can still check them out. I haven't really heard anything bad about them. Really, I haven't heard much of anything about them, to tell you the truth. But I never really. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, I didn't like navigating that website personally. You, on the other hand, you may like Purely Poultry. I mean, it might be the perfect perfect hatchery to go with for you. Another one is Mount Healthy Hatcheries. I've looked at them before, and they do have some pretty decent prices, and they do have some pretty decent shipping charges. I cannot remember for the life of me right at the moment off the top of my head if they had a minimum order or not. I'm pretty sure they did. I do know though they don't have a very wide variety, in my opinion. And the other thing I didn't like about it is they're not available all year round. Like you can find certain breeds all year round with McMurray and Ideal. So Mount Healthy Hatcheries, like I said, I haven't heard much of anything else from them, but when I looked at the website, I didn't like their time frames, and I didn't like the variety. They didn't have a large enough variety, in my opinion. But I hadn't heard anything bad